Without my cousin, he can't do nothing, but I can do everything. He's mad or not. Yeah.
NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Keller and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. We'll see the Indiana Pacers facing the Bronx. So the Bronx will get the first possession. Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Paul George is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then it's Ellis.
Hold up. I forgot I got put on rookie.
It's George Hill, and it's Turner in at the 5.
I like it on rookie.
Now here's Brown. Shot clock at 6.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
You mad?
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff fight until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Now, here's Brown, following the miss by Monte Ellis. Brown outside. Trade. No good.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Now George. Down low. The 10-footer. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Pass to Patterson. From deep. The shot misses. George with the defensive effort. Moving it up. And it's
out of there.
Brown. And so just over a minute and a half played. Got that one up quick.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to get it.
Wake your mother up.
Outside, George. Ellis with a screen on Carroll. George passes to Ellis. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
The Bronx, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Patterson a screen on Hill. Brown against Hill. Brown outside. Dishes to Valanciunas. That drops. Valanciunas has got his first 2 points.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Got a piece of it. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way.
Get it.
And nobody getting in the
I just
way.
lobbed it to my shoulder.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
You heard me? I just lobbed it to myself.
Floor is open. Take care of business.
He can't do
Always
nothing.
an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up. Really.
DeMar. Wake up,
Just
man.
struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
DeMar. DeMar.
Shot clock at 5.
Huh?
And the Bronx tacks on 2 more.
They worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Hill has an open look. Drops in the tray. Hill's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Bronx leading by 4.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady. This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Here is Hill. Here's Ellis. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Monte Ellis getting it done. Wow.
An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
And the Pacers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of another game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Now, here is Hill. From downtown, and it's blocked by Brown, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Bronx leading by 8. 1:09 left to play here in the first. And the Bronx tacks on 2 more. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bronx.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Now, here's Brown. 13 points in the game.
How about the start that they got to a huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Three-pointer.
Step back.
Rebound by Mahimi. Pacers trail by 12. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and taken away by Brown. And now it's Brown.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other
end. It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Special thanks to Kia for that switch.
Let's talk about that 3-point at the buzzer. You got a bunch of
Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that.
No, I think my 3 years out.
Patterson, Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yep, Velcro valutility, I call it. I'm the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to do it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Bronx, what do you guys think?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
On the court for Indiana, Stuckey and George make up the perimeter.
Are you on your game
is out there with Hill, and it's Ellis at point guard. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Oh, we're not, but just turn your game over there.
I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career high averages across the board.
Paul George with the steal. Here's Stuckey. Can't get it to go. The Bronx goes the other way with it. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Not a lot of competition, really. I mean, they're playoff caliber and took care of business against a team that wasn't playoff caliber and maybe still is.
And that one's good.
He totally lost his defender, broke his ankles, then knocks down the jumper.
That was just an amazing play. I mean, you talk about making him reach for thin air.
Hey.
Wow.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played.
The mind. Do shit like that come on? I'm about to see. If it do, but I'll be happy.
At their practice facility right now. So, Royce, this move, was it a move to provide insurance in case Kevin Durant decides to leave as a free agent, or was it a move designed to entice Kevin Durant to stay?
Yeah, Stan, that's the big question is, what does number 35 think of this? And, you know, from everything that I'm being told right now, the way that the Thunder view this deal, they're trying to send a message to him that they're not going to sit
And
on
they do
hands
not
right
come
now,
on.
and they're not just going to cross their fingers and hope he re-signs on the contract. They're going to go out and they're going to be proactive.
You heard me?
Grilled cheese?
Did your game work yet? The heck, man? Turn your game off and then wait for a minute and then do it. It should work.
Timeout called the Pacers. Without question, Jay displaying his skills today.
He's
Are
on
you gonna
fire.
do it?
They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
And he's good on the second. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
It's stolen by Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Got a piece of it. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Finishes the break with a slam.
That is as athletic a move as you're going to see right there, folks. Unbelievable.
Clark, what about the hang time?
You're talking about hang time. That fella had helium in those shoes.
And you're going to need some hang time to pull off that kind of a 360.
Allen with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson.
I just did
Indiana
a
moving it
360
around.
to mine.
Stuckey can't get it to go.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers. It certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot
She
to
just
do
did
with that. Their
windmill
overall effort and
when I threw
execution
it out.
has been elite.
Ellis kicks to George. Turner with the
Lamar,
screen
try to
on
turn your
Kittle.
game off and
And
do
George,
that.
here we go. Nice work there coming off the screen.
Just try, bro.
George has got 4 points this quarter.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Brown dishes to DeRozan. No good from outside.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Ellis outside. Bronx grabs the miss. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
From deep. That's good. Brown's got 28.
What?
And he's starting to show.
No. Yeah, it's not.
That killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Ellis, the pass to George. The feed now to Turner. Stuckey drives inside. Here's George. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. 7 points for Paul George.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Brown outside. And the basket good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
I would have done my Madden career, man.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Without question, Jay displaying his skills today.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Hey, Jamar.
Some changes for Indiana.
What
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And it's Hill in for Rodney Stuckey. Allen kicks to Hill. It's stolen by
what happened you would have tricked me and you actually got
And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. And finished off by DeRozan.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And it's Hill penetrating, and it's denied.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. And some changes here for the Pacers. Mahimi comes in for Turner. And it's Hill in for Allen. Jordan Hill. And the Pacers with possession here. Hill, a screen on Brown. Hill dishes to Hill. 5 on the clock, and it's blocked by Brown, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
What?
Shot clock at 2, and here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Bronx has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Brown outside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're
connection,
talking
come
about
on
their
then.
offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
You said,
Ellis kicks to Hill. Will it go? And it's blocked by Brown, and he gets it back. And the basketball, a dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance, the hometown fan. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the...
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show.
Damai, do you know where your cable box is?
It's in my mom's room.
Is it cut off?
No.
Oh, that's what you need to do. Try to cut it off and then come back on.
So far, we'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir.
Where
he
is
has
it?
had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
Found out there with DeRozan. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Carroll in at the small forward position. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. The Pacers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
It's Brown with the drive.
Paul George.
From past the arc. The rebound by Turner. And the Pacers shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Cannot hit. The Bronx has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And finished off by DeRozan.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is. It's been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Pacers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. George sets a screen for Ellis. Feeds to George. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
That was an excellent burst to the hoop for that throwdown. I mean, he's a laser beam guy. Fast as light.
It's Brown with the drive. Hill pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Allen passes to George. It's stolen by Carroll. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. And then Brown with the dunk.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think we're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
No doubt about it, unless you're the donkey. Because if you're the dunker, it's great. I don't necessarily appreciate somebody slamming one on the top of my head.
Well, you got to get out from under the hoop if you want to stay away, if you want to stay out of the post.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Well,
I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for the Pacers. And Turner kicks to George. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself. And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He made it clear that...
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball. And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Mahinmi's checked in for Lavoy Allen. George with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
The Pacers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And he knocks down the first one.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Hill comes in for Turner. And it's C.J. Miles in for Paul George. Wow, good.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Brown against Hill. Kicks it to Stuckey. Three-pointer, and good on the basket. Book it. Stuckey's got his second bucket of the night. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists, partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Stuckey with another miss.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Hill against Brown. Off the screen. And the Bronx tacks on two more.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
We've got 123 left in the third quarter.
Did you do it?
Hill against Brown. Outside Hill. Just 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Stuckey for 3. Stuckey with another miss. The Bronx has gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. That bucket in no time at all. And 11 points for DeMar DeRozan.
This is exactly what opponents are afraid of when it comes to DeMar DeRozan. A hot streak, and he's on one right now.
In the corner, Stuckey with it all alone. Stuckey with another miss.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Indiana's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. In the corner, Miles with it. It's stolen by Brown. It's Patterson atop the key. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Stuckey against DeRozan. Stuckey drives inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And so Stuckey nails both of them. Brown outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in.
No game still on.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything.
Hi, DeMar.
And for the Bronx, their shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for Indiana, we've got Hill. Young is out there with Robinson. And there's Hill, and it's Miles in at the 4 spot. Young dishes to Miles, and Brown over to help. Indiana moving it around. Passes to Miles. He kicks it to Hill. Now the pass to Hill. 6 on the shot clock. It's Miles atop the key. Robinson for 3. Shot is off. Nice D from DeRozan.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
And Robinson comes to help. Fires from deep. But he gets it back. Back to Brown. Goes up again. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Brown. 8 points now for Valanciunas.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line. Knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
And Young kicks to Hill. Young outside. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
And Indiana making a change here. Turner's checked in. And Robinson comes to help. The wide open look here for DeRozan. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 14 points for DeMar DeRozan.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Outside Hill. Back to Young. From deep, Miles. That is good.
DeMar.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Brown against Young. Good. Brown's got 46 points.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Back to Young. Outside Robinson. The three-pointer, no good. The Bronx, they've gone 4-7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Carroll against Hill. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And, you know, the new court projection visuals, all the rage in the NBA now. Instead of having to use a screen over the court, they just project video and images straight onto the court. I think before long, you'll see it everywhere.
With some arc, Rice grabs the miss. Brown's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them,
DeMar.
fighting for every loose ball.
DeMar. DeMar. DeMar.
Those point projections you see in the pregame, we don't even have the best angle.
DeMar.
For those sitting a little higher up.
DeMar.
For those watching TV, it's about putting on the show.
DeMar.
At the end of the day, entertaining the fans.
And Indiana making a change here. Lawson's checked in. Outside Hill.
Huh?
They set the pick.
You
Robinson
said yeah?
drives in. Shot is off. Nice D from Valanciunas. Here's the Bronx. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Brown with it. Now Lawson defending. Brown against Lawson. For the three. And he gets it to go. Brown's got 51.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Turner with a screen on Brown. Lawson drives in. He feeds it to Miles. Indiana again missing. The Bronx has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Brown, the pass to Valanciunas. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bronx.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Jay. There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double.
Here's Carroll, rips down the breakaway slam.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound. Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
The dish to Brown. Tries it from 9, and the Bronx takes on 2 more.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
And Lawson, here we go. Lawson can't get that one to fall. Brown with it. From the arc. No good. So no problem for the Bronx as they get the win. They put it on that court.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. And now we get a chance to check out our Jordan. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
What can you say about the show he put on tonight? That was simply basketball greatness. You hardly get a player that gets that focused, that determined. He did the work of 3 players out there tonight and got the points to prove it.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a...
Are you sleeping out here?
Why?
Oh. Just asking. Well, guys, that's it. See y'all later. Damari.